Hi Sag, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot. I am in Carmel, Indiana. I am a Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon, and I am glad you're here. Well, if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, what I normally do is let flip, fly, fall, anywhere from 5 to 7 tarot cards, and then clarify with various oracle decks. So the first card that came out was the Temperance card. So that has to do with balance. So I'm crossing my fingers for you guys that you have got some balance coming into your life, because you all have had some shit storms going on. I have 3 Sagittarius people in my life. Maybe, well, I don't know what's going on with her. I have 3 Sagittarius people in my life that I know of, and I know they have been just going through the absolute ringer, all of them. So, High Priestess. Oh, this is looking good so far. So if you're in balance and you're feeling the High Priestess energy, it feels like you finally have kind of gotten some unanswered prayers answered. The 9 of Wands, and it looks like there's some forward movement getting ready to happen. Last, Justice, and oh, this is good. King of Cups in the reverse position. So last Sagittarius reading that I did, you guys were in kind of a holding pattern. You were in a waiting room and you were like waiting. And so now, since the 9 of Cups came out, it feels like there's some forward movement happening. The Justice card, I feel like you're kind of like, I'm finally getting some justice in my life with whatever was knocking you out of balance so bad. And the King of Cups in reverse makes me just think that you have been like super emotional about this. In a good way, it's kind of like there could be a lot of crying going on because you are so relieved. This feels like it's a crying relief of like, oh my God, thank God, finally something happening in my favor. And it feels like you're kind of like, I can finally start hoping and believing, and you know, the rough stuff is over, and you see a little bit of hope for the future. So what do we got here? So then the 9 of Pentacles, but this feels like you're kind of like, I've planted my seeds and I'm ready for them to happen, but it's still in the reverse position. So you're like, I'm not going to get too excited just yet. 4 of Wands. Let's see. Let's think about this. I don't need any more of these. Do I? 1, 2, 3. I feel like there's one more that needs to come out. Okay, let's see. One more, and there it is. All right. Okay, so you're coming out of hermit mode. All right, things are looking good, Sag. All right, so far we've got the Temperance card and the High Priestess. So you're coming into balance with whatever has been so out of balance, and you're feeling pretty good about things. There's some forward movement or travel getting ready to happen. And whatever kept you in that waiting room the person that was coming to let you out. It has will be letting you out the second half of March, and you're going to be able to finally go. I feel like this whoosh, whoosh feeling, and you're like, finally, I'm going to get some balance back into my life, some goods coming back into my life. The whoosh feeling comes from this emotion of you've like been holding your breath, and it's kind of like this whoosh of energy is just like coming out, and going forward. Now, what feels like these three are kind of part of a different, same storyline, but the other half of the coin is you've planted your seeds, but it's like this feeling of, I'm like going, I need to figure out why this 4 of Wands is in here, because that's a relationship card next to the 9 of Pentacles. So it's kind of like, and you're ready to come out of hermit mode. Let me think about this, because it feels like it's 5 and 3. So 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So if that was in the upright, you would be feeling very satisfied with your financial position. But it's in reverse, so you're not financially in place yet, but there's a I feel like this is like a relationship with somebody. It's kind of like you want to come forward and say, you want to come out of hermit mode and say something, but it feels like the money thing is the thing that's holding you back. So however that plays out in your life. Again, it's like you're being let out of the waiting room. So there's going to be some major forward movement and a major like emotional release coming along with this. And that just feels like it has to do with the balance of like everything in your life. And this other thing feels like it has to do with like a relationship and wanting to come out of the closet about some feelings, but there's also this money issue that's holding you back, and you're like going, I'm not ready to set that on the table just yet. Okay, that's what it is. You're wanting to come out of hermit mode, but it's like you're like, I'm just not ready to lay that out on the table just yet, because this is a table. So you're still holding back some stuff. You're still holding back some stuff about some sort of a relationship with somebody. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's an apology that you want to do to end something, or some sort of, you know, I don't know, maybe some sort of a conversation that needs to have with a relationship, and you just don't have the finances in place to go do this just yet. I don't know, whatever that means to you. Okay, so let's see what else is going on with Sagittarius. And these are some new cards that I have been using, and I'm not doing the emotions cards. Take a chance. Okay, so again, this is kind of going along with the forward movement of whatever idea, whatever you're feeling led towards. Now that you are being let out of the waiting room, they're saying take a chance on whatever, you know. I'm like, you spend a lot of time thinking about what am I going to do when I get let out of this waiting room and I can finally move forward. And now it's kind of like you're being told, take a chance, whatever you have been thinking about doing, take a chance. Okay, that one clearly wanted to come out. Strut your stuff. That's funny that it fell underneath the High Priestess. So apparently the second half of March, you're going to be feeling very confident, very good. And you're going to be kind of like, oh my God, I weathered that storm. Hell yes. Oh, that's way too many, but I am going to take this one. Be strong. So there's going to be some times that you may strut yourself one day and okay. So for whatever reason, okay, so, all right, there's like all these thoughts coming in my head. So it's like, you're like really wanting to go forward and like announce to the world like your next plan of attack. the feeling that comes with the be strong one is, though, but you know, it's like some days you're not going to feel that strong or that confident. And so they're just saying, just stand in your power as much as you can. But under the radar, you might not want to get in anybody's face about your new revelations, because that feels like a case of you can talk to the wrong people. And when you talk to the wrong people, those wrong people can easily get in your head and make you go back to that feeling trapped and like bad emotions. So, and I've given this advice to other people of like, when you've gotten big ideas and you're like going, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. There was a recommendation that came out that just said, you know what, keep your big ideas to yourself. Because one, there's a lot of people that don't want to see others do well, and if you talk to the wrong person, they are going to, until you are completely strong in your head, and lower vibrational people cannot get to you, you need to make sure that you don't talk to the wrong people. That's the feeling I'm getting. You need to keep your eye on the prize. And I'm just going to say, you don't need to invite a whole lot of other people in on what's going on. This came out in the last reading, design your space. So if you're moving, you can, you know, start visualizing that and believe that that's going to happen. So I feel like the universe is saying you've got permission to start dreaming about this new life. You are going to be getting the permission to have the forward movement, and the balance is coming, and the release of emotions is coming. So there's a big giant step coming the second half of March for you. And I feel like the universe is saying, you know, it's okay to believe in a better future. Just be careful who you talk to and keep it kind of on the lowdown, is the only advice that's kind of coming in from this, is like, keep it on the lowdown and kind of keep your big ideas and your visions to yourself, because you talk to the wrong person and one, they could steal your fabulous idea, whatever it is. I don't know what your idea is, or forward movement to whatever is, but it, you know, there's just a lot of people that like to bring people down. So just be careful who you're talking to. That's just the main thing. I want to do one last thing, and I feel I have all kinds of cards here. What do I want to do? I'm going to do these and these. I'm going to get 2 from here and 2 from there. This would be last words of advice from the universe about this forward movement that is coming. And there's the first one. Soul Tree. So the first thing that I'm thinking is just get very, very, very grounded. Make sure you are grounded when you take off on this, you know, and when I say grounded, I mean clear, confident, standing in your power. Just because this looks like an oak tree to me, and oak trees very much stand in their power. So just make sure you are very standing in your power, and you know exactly what's going on before you take off on this new adventure. Okay, one more card out of this. One more card out of this. One more card out of this. Not 15, just one. Just one, please. I just need one. I want one out of this one. I want this one. Sensitivity. All right, how does that? Okay, so what sensitivity? I feel like this is just saying, like, right now you might be super sensitive about things, and just be aware that you might be super emotional right now. Part of that, okay, so let's say this. We are in the middle of Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde has a way of yanking your ass back and putting you into a place where you were in the past. Be super sensitive to understanding, like, the astrological stuff that's going on, and know how that affects your emotions, how that affects forward movement, how it affects you not speaking your truth. Because over the weekend, I felt like I stepped back a year. I mean, I literally felt like I had taken a backslide, and I was like, what in the hell has happened? And, so just be sensitive to outside things that are playing in. We also have a solar storm that's like coming in or in the process right now, depending on when you watch this, and that's like messing up stuff. I guess I want one more card out of this for some reason. So just be like extra aware. I feel like it's aware, sensitive, aware of outside influences that could be affecting. No, that was two. I don't want two. I want one. I want that one. Soul writing. So that to me says that you need to be writing this down. Journaling, however that applies to you, is probably going to help you through this new, you're stepping out of the box. You are stepping out of the room that you have been trapped in for a long, long time, and out into like kind of open space. So you need to start receiving the messages from above, and writing is a good way to do that. Journaling what messages they are sending you about your next step forward. Journaling what got you in that box, trapped in that box in the first place. Yeah, I can think of how that applies to a couple people. How did you get yourself in that place in the first place? Is it, I feel like they're like going, we want you to understand, we're, okay. I feel like they're going, we're going to let you out of this box. You've been in it long enough, but we want you to understand how you got there in the first place, so you don't go back there again. So be very, very clear about what got you there in the first place, and how not to get your ass sent back into the waiting room again, is the feeling. It's like going, you've been tortured enough. We're going to let you out for a little while. Wander around, see things, what's going on. And if you are not clear why you got yourself in that box in the first place, they will have to put you back in there so you can rethink things. Unfortunately, we all have to be taught lessons the hard way so many times. All right, let's get one more card here. Let's get one or two. One or two. Whoa, that's a whole lot. I'm going to take that one. Crystal clear intention. Be very clear about where you're going, what you're doing. You are ascending. You've got some new kind of creativity coming in that is of a different level of thinking, awakened creativity that's going to be different than what, like, 3D is where the majority of the world lives. But if you move yourself to living in a different dimension of where the fear and everything goes away, you're going to be in a different, I keep wanting to say you're going to be in a different time zone. You're going to be in a different time zone, so you need to be aware that you're in a different time zone or a different level of creativity, a different level of thinking. You're being raised up to a different level, so things are going to be different for a while, and it's going to take a little while to get acclimated to this new place that you're going, whether it is physical location or whether it's a new way of thinking. I feel like it could apply to either or, and I don't want these cards. I am done. So I am most likely not going to have an April 1st reading for you guys because I have a lot going on for the next 3 weeks, well into like the first week of April. It's spring break around here, so I do a lot of dog and house sitting, and that makes it very difficult to get a lot of readings done. So I'm going to save my energy for any paid readings that come in. I will still be doing those, but I'm just not going to be doing the freebies for April 1st. So sorry guys. I shall see you probably mid-April. I seem to get more hits in mid-April than I do the first of the month anyway. So everybody comes out with stuff the first of the month. Not everybody does the mid. So I think I'm probably going to start doing that. Anyway, I'll see you in a month. Bye.